What up, YouTube? T-Movies here. Now, this week I'm going to be talking about the films of 2020 by studios. And yesterday, of course, talked about the Paramount movies of coming in 2020. And now, today is my Sony Pictures 2020 movie preview, where I talk about the films from Sony Pictures coming out this year. And there's some really interesting movies from Sony coming. I mean, Sony has been a pretty decent studio in recent years. I mean, heck, Once Upon a Time from Sony might actually end up winning Best Picture at the Oscars. So, anyway, with that being said, here are the Sony movies coming out this year. All right. Now we already just had a Sony movie out this month, and the first one was, of course, The Grudge, but I'm not talking about that because that movie was just horrendous. Oh god, that was horrible. It's a shame too because it is produced by the same people who gave us Don't Breathe and Evil Dead, so I actually had some high hopes for it. But yeah. Anyway, now another Sony movie out this month. It is Bad Boys for Life, starring Will Smith, Martin Lawrence, the dirt and stomach of the Bad Boys franchise. I really love the Bad Boys films. The first two I really found to be really enjoyable, entertainment, fun, and it's pretty cool seeing Martin Lawrence coming back because who doesn't love good old Martin Lawrence? Will Smith. Nice to see Will Smith having an interesting year. I mean, he had Aladdin. He also had Gemini Man, which yeah, we don't talk about that. And of course, he had Spies in Disguise, and now he's in this. Nice to see we're in the Will Smith facades, I guess you call it. But anyway, yeah, definitely cannot wait to check out Bad Boys for Life. Alright, awesome. Now, coming out in February, we got the new film Fantasy Island, a big screen adaptation of the iconic TV show from the 70s. This stars Michael Pena, Lucy Hale. I really think these shows have looked really decent. Looks creepy. Although sad part is the movie is going to be PG-13 instead of rated R, and the last time the director did a horror film, PG-13, ended up being Truth or Dare, and yeah, we saw how that turned out. But I'm still quite looking forward for Fantasy Island. It does star Michael Pena, and I'm a big Michael Pena fan, so hopefully Fantasy Island will be decent. Alright, now, coming in March, Sony Classic, which is also from Sony Pictures company, they have a movie called, they do got a movie called Greed with Isa Fisher and Steve Coogan. That could be interesting. Sony Classics also has some film called The Climb coming out, which I don't know much about. But Sony Pictures, period, has that movie Bloodshot, which, by the way, the new trailer will be out tomorrow, so hopefully it's better than the first trailer, because I don't have high hopes for this Bloodshot movie at all. The trailer for this Bloodshot movie looked, pretty poor. And Vin Diesel, outside the Fast and Furious franchise, hasn't really been a hit that much. I mean, last Witch Hunter, Babylon, AD, I think was called. Hopefully Bloodshot could be decent, because, yeah, the trails just haven't really worked. Alright, now coming in April, we got Peter Rabbit 2, The Runaway, which is a sequel to the first Peter Rabbit, which I really enjoyed that first Peter Rabbit movie with James Corden. Of course, we got James Corden coming back for the sequel. I mean, he really needs to be in something good, especially after, that Cats movie he did. And, of course, he was in the Emoji movie, which was also released by Sony. Hopefully, Peter Rabbit 2 will be pretty decent. I mean, the trailers looked okay, it didn't blow me away or anything, but, we'll see. Anyway, coming out in May, we got Greyhound. Now, this is the World War II film with Tom Hanks in it. I mean, Tom Hanks just had an interesting movie with Sony, thanks to that, The Beautiful Day Neighborhood film. So, hopefully, Greyhound will be something pretty decent, because who doesn't love a good Tom Hanks starring World War II movie? Come on, man. Lots of Tom Hanks World War II movies where you talk about, Saving Private Ryan and all that. Hopefully this could be something pretty interesting. Alright. Now, also in April, we got that film Charm City Kings, which is produced by J. Pinkett Smith, starring that kid from from that Everything Sucks movie. I mean, could be pretty interesting. So, all right, it's of course a coming of age film, so hopefully that could be pretty interesting. Uh, we don't really have a Sony movie coming out in June. Let's see, in July we got the new Ghostbusters movie, which is of course which is a like a follow up to the original Ghostbusters. This time starring Finn Wolfhard. McKenna Grace is in this. You got some of the original Ghostbusters back. You got Bill Murray coming back. Dan Aykroyd is supposed to be coming back. The trailer looked pretty decent. Not to mention it's directed by Jason Reitman, who's the son of the original Ghostbusters director. So hopefully this new Ghostbusters could be pretty decent. And unpopular to say, but I do like the female Ghostbusters. So we'll see how good this new one will be. Alright, also coming out in July, the first trailer for this just dropped today, and that is Morbius. Morbius looks awesome. You know, Jared Leto playing the Morbius, the living vampire. From the trailers, it looks like this is connecting to the to Tom Holland's Spider-Man verse. We might be getting other villains in this, which could be pretty decent. So, yeah, definitely. I mean, Sony has been pretty decent with their Spider-Man films lately. So, all right. Also, we got Escape Room 2 coming out, the follow-up to last year's surprise horror film, Escape Room. So, hopefully, the sequel could be as good. A film that's probably going to be horrible, that is Monster Hunter, which is, based on the video game, starring Mila Jovovich. I mean, directed by the guy who, of course, directed by her husband and the guy who gave us the Resident Evil movies, which I like the Resident Evil films, but this I really don't have high hopes for. I it sounds pretty dumb. They actually did leak like a little teaser online. It does not look that good at all. And not to mention, recently I did my top 10 at least anticipated movies of 2020, and surprise Monster Hunter was number one. So, yeah. Alright, now Sony Animation has a new movie coming out called The Mitchells vs. the Machines, where it's about these family named the Mitchells, who are a dysfunctional but loving family whose road trip is interrupted by a tech uprising that dreads mankind. And now we don't really have a voice cast for this, but it's produced by Phil Lord and Chris Miller. That could be interesting. Sony Animation usually makes some pretty solid stuff, so hopefully, fingers crossed, this is something pretty decent. Alright. Now, in October, we got Venom 2 coming out with Tom Hardy, which hopefully Venom 2, directed by Andy Serkis, will be as good. I'm not really 100% sure if that's really coming out this year, but I mean, they said that's supposed to come out this year, but I'll believe when I see it. Alright. Now, coming in November, we got TriStar has its film coming out, which is owned by Sony, and it's a film called Happiest Season, which captures the story of a young woman played by Kristen Stewart who's planning to propose to her girlfriend played by Mackenzie Davis, while at her family's annual holiday party is upended when she discovers her partner hasn't came out to her parents yet. So, I mean, this is directed by Clea Duvall, so that could be interesting. She was, of course, in The Craft and all. So, hopefully, Happiest Season could be interesting, it's supposed to be a Christmas romantic-based movie, so hopefully it'll be decent. So, anyway. Alright. Another Sony animation film coming out this year is an animated movie called Wish Dragon, which tells the story of a genie in a bottle retelling, and it's retelling set in China based on an original story by Chris Applehands, and it has a really solid voice cast. Lots of interesting Asian actors are laying their voices. We got Jackie Chan, Constance Wu, John Cho, William Lee, Jimmy Wong, Bobby Lee. What an interesting year for China-based animated films. We got this and that. We also got that Raya and the Last Dragon movie. So this could be pretty interesting. I mean, Wish Dragon, I have no like, I don't know much about the whole film, just from that synopsis alone, but, hey, hopefully it's something pretty decent, because, I mean, a voice cast like that, I'm definitely down to check that one out. Alright.
He got $1.
Alright, also out the, another Sony film coming out in 2020, we got The Craft, which is, of course, like a remake of the 90s witch based film. Now, speaking of Clea DuVall, she was in the original, by the way, so that's pretty cool. Now, the Craft, I'm kind of really looking forward to check out. I do love me a good witch based movie. I mean, who does? The original Craft was pretty decent. This is directed by Zoe Lister-Jones, who's a pretty decent actress, so sign me up for this one. We also got another Sony classic movie coming called French Exit with Lucas Hedges and Tracy Letts and Michelle Pfeiffer. That could be pretty decent. And last but not least, we also got a film. This is literally the top. It's a film called An American Pickle. Now, I still have I really have no knowledge about this film, but anyway, here's what an American Pickle is about. An immigrant worker at a pickle factory is accidentally preserved for 100 years and wakes up in modern-day Brooklyn. Now, this stars Seth Rogen, Maya Erskine, who is great in Pen 15. I mean, American Pickle sounds kind of dumb, but hey, it's starring Seth Rogen, and who doesn't love Seth Rogen, so sign me up with this one. But anyway, that's pretty much all the Sony movies that's coming out so far. I mean, there could always be a chance that Sony could easily acquire something, like Sony Picture Classic could easily acquire something, whatnot. But these are all the Sony movies coming out this year so far. But if I got to rank them, my 10 anticipated Sony movies of the year would probably go like this: An American Pickle, which is number 10. 9, The Craft, which I'm still not 100% sure if it's coming out this year or not, but it might. 8, Escape Room 2. 7, Venom 2. 6, Charm City King. 5, Greyhound. 4, Morbius. 3, Bad Boys for Life. 2, Fantasy Island. And 1, Ghostbusters. But let me leave it to you guys. What are some of your anticipated Sony movies of 2020? Drop comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for more notifications. This here is Team Movie signing off.